This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good afternoon. A merry, merry, merry time of year. The excitement, the exuberance, the energy that we're seeing on the streets here in the capital island of New Providence from the city of Nassau. I tell you, for those of you who are on the bus, those who are in their cars, in your vans, in your trucks, you got to be careful out there. Everyone is seeing snow here in New Providence. They don't care who is in front, who is in the back, who's on the side. All they know is they got to go. I got to go. And everybody seems to be heading in the same direction, coming from the east, the west, the north, and the south. People are heading to the center of New Providence. And what's amazing to me is that right here on Guardian Radio today, I tried not to be here, Darwin Russell. I tried. I said to you, I need the whole month of December off to go and recharge myself. And then, people said, Darwin.
What did they say?
We see you on another station in another place. You're supposed to be gone. So you're supposed to be gone. I said these people see too much. Because you know what the real issue is? I made a promise to the people who listen to Guardian Radio today, and I said to them, no more politics until January. On our program Remark on Sundays from 5 to 6:30, no more politics until next year. And I felt, Darwin Russell, I got away. Because if I'm not here in the studio, then you can't bait me and pull me into your political conversations. And I sat and I listened to everybody talk politics for the month of December, and I did not allow myself to be tempted. Now, yes, I was supposed to be gone. My mother said snow was on the ground early in Michigan. Now, I just have a confession to make to you all. I love my mother. I love my family. I love them all. What I do not like is snow. And I do not like cold weather. And I said to her, Mom, what is your recommendation for me in terms of traveling to Michigan at this time? She said, son, it's cold over here. I love you. Wait until January, and we look forward to seeing you then. So I have a pretty mature family that understands that it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving or Christmas. Every time we get together, it's a reunion, it's a celebratory time, it's going to be great food, the accommodation is always cleanly and sanitized and beautiful and warm. And listen, it's an exciting thing to be a part of my family. And so, Mom, I appreciate you allowing me to travel when it is more affordable too, Darwin Russell, in January, to travel. It's more affordable for me to even buy gifts on my way to Michigan. And so I'm looking forward to a great reunion in the month of January. But as for now, you people would not stop talking politics even in December. I thought we would not talk any politics in December. And I'm not prepared to talk about politics today, but I do have a very, very, I think, interesting thought in my mind that I will share with you as you are driving, as many of you are no longer in your offices. And I hope that you can call in and engage those numbers that we have here. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Anywhere from the family of Ireland, 300-5720. That's my favorite number, by the way. Or you can text in at 422-4796. My name is Garth Minard Roseborough. For those who are joining us for the first time here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Guardian Radio Today. And I am in the presence of the great one, the smart one, the intelligent one, the one who is always faithful, the one who I enjoy having a dialogue with, even a debate. And sometimes the debate is intentional. But he is a great guy. And I did say to him, if they fire me today, they got to fire me because I believe today I need him to tell you how much God has blessed him because he's a man of business. He has multiple businesses. He has never boasted about any of them except for maybe one. And I think he deserves for Christmas the opportunity in this show to give himself some marketing for the contribution that he has made to us. Because, you know, it's a voluntary thing for him. He doesn't ask for $1. If you didn't know that, he doesn't ask for $1. We're not in this thing for the money. We're in this thing for national service. And I just want to say first out the gate today, you can join me in saying so to the family of Darvin Russell, a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But let him know today that you appreciate him for the sacrifice of time that he comes here to have a conversation with you. Darvin Russell, the microphone is yours.
Compliments of the season, my friend. Happy holidays and compliments of the season to the nation. It's always good to be here. I thought we were off for December as well. I was already in chill mode, but of course, you all know when Garth calls and he asks, because he always asks so nicely, if I can accommodate him at all in my schedule, I do so. So I'm happy to be here with you guys today. And special shout out to a friend of mine. She is in town visiting her family. Miss Cleta Roberts, miss you bunches. It's good to have you home. Hopefully we get to see each other before your departure. But yeah, it is indeed a great time to be home. My family who live abroad start arriving on Saturday. So I am shut down as of tonight in anticipation of what is a festive time in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Obviously, for a lot of people, the holidays is also tinged with sadness because, you know, people are dealing with the loss of loved ones as well as a reminder during this season. So my heartfelt sympathies go out to you all as well. It may be a reminder of the loss of that loved one, and I can certainly understand the intermixing of joy for the season and sadness for the loss of the person that is no longer with you. So,
beautiful, man. Someone has already texted in and says, "Good day, Darvin. Hope this show is enjoyable today." Mm-hmm. And so someone's just giving you a shout out. Darvin Russell, man, you know, I've never really took the time, you know, because we're just really guest hosts here at Guardian Radio, except for on Sundays. That's our show. Mm-hmm. But I've never given you the opportunity to even market yourself as to what you do, how you do it, how people can contact you. Mm-hmm. I know that you're a brilliant person in terms of ideas and business ideas, and I do believe that you also offer some consultancy if requested. Mm-hmm. And so for the first 5-10 minutes, just go ahead and give us a little brief synopsis as to who you are, what you do. Mm-hmm. I want to jump into the show idea today, and I want to talk to you, the listeners, you people. You and your opinions. I want to deal with y'all today. You and your biasness. See, I took the time off to listen to y'all, and y'all know. Anyway, go ahead, Darvin Russell. I can deal with y'all in a minute.
Well, for those of you that don't know, I own a few businesses in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and one is, of course, that I've talked about. And the last time we were on radio, I gave away the 7 free treatments for pest control because I operate the Orkin franchise. Pest control franchise here in the Bahamas. I also have a boutique consulting firm called Russell & Associates, where I specialize in small business consulting. And for me, I like to do slightly different services in that For example, there are lots of wealthy Bahamians that are professional that would like to operate a business or currently do operate a business and are having challenges operating that business because they're taking away from their full-time roles. So I offer a fractional CEO type service where I will help you run your business for you for, of course, a fee to allow you to focus on your primary job while your business grows. And at some point, the open expectation is you can replace me with a full-time person, or you choose to leave your full-time job because the business is now large enough to replace your salary. We also do, in my consulting firm, we have conferences or workshops that we host and put on. I just did another one, spoke at another one, which is for my church, Mount Tabor, a couple of Saturdays ago. As you know, we did a kids club workshop as well for Mount Tabor. And I have had workshops with the PHA and several other clients in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We also offer what we call business valuation services. One of the challenges that a lot of small businesses have, for example, is a huge wealth accumulation that doesn't get transferred to the next generation. Many iconic Bahamian businesses that I grew up with are no longer in business, either because the next generation didn't want them, or there was not a plan to basically will that or transfer the ownership of that business to the next generation. So there's no succession planning. So we have ways to help you monetize that, to sell that business, to value that business for you, to allow you, the founder, to monetize that asset prior to your death. And then thirdly, I have a car rental company in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So any of you who need any of those three businesses or three services, the primary number to get me at is 807-3236. Feel free to shoot me a WhatsApp, and we can have a chat about any of the needs that you may have. Be happy to help you.
Hey, man, that's some good information for those people. Did you throw your number out there in case anyone wanted to?
807-3236, yes, sir.
807
3236.
3236. 807-3236 for Mr. Darwin Russell. We don't need no women who looking on this camera saying, oh, that's a handsome man, the man married and happily married. You know, we don't do the sweethearting thing in here. So when you get that phone number, don't cause no trouble for this man and his family. We ain't into that. We do a New Year resolution, and we trying to be straight in the new year. But listen, man, this is a time of year when all the sweetheart them broke. Let me tell you something right now. They broke. You fellas who've been misbehaving all year long, got 3 and 4 sweetheart. Hey, judgment day reach you. You got to pay. You got to pay now. And you're going to have to pay in February because Valentine's Day coming too. Mm-hmm. This the brokest time of year for the player. Wally, I know you ain't know nothing about that. But when a man is a player, boy, listen to me. The player got to quit now in Jesus' name. He got to say, listen, I given my life to baby Jesus until February 15th. Because if you try to hang on to that girl now, you broke. Oh, she got every dollar you got. A woman could smell money in your pocket. Mm-hmm. They could smell money in your bank account. And they could smell the money which you're thinking but borrowing from somebody to make sure they straight. Boss man, listen to God carefully. This ain't no time to be no player. This is the time for you to recognize the child in the manger, baby Jesus, and say, baby Jesus, I love thee. I love thee and my heart belongs to you. Drop the sweetheart. Mm-hmm. Don't do it now. Because the sweethearts take American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. I think they got a couple other little local bank cards there too.
They could take Canoe.
Canoe and any other type of boat you got.
Sun card's still out there.
I want you to understand. I want you to understand these things. And so what I want to do, folks, before we jump into the show, I want to take a little quick break with the producer, give you a little Christmas jingle. When I come back, I want to deal with a problem that I see in this country that we got to fix before the new year. Because the new year resolution's coming. But y'all people ain't fixed yourself yet. We'll be right back.
From Kenny and the whole team at Kenny's Corner, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay tuned for more conversations that you love right here on Kenny's Corner.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
And we're back. Just had a little discussion. You know, Ian Thomas, I know you're somewhere around. I don't know if you can hear what we're saying, but give us a call back. Let me see what you're working with, because this is a time of year when we got to do what we got to do, right? And this is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This is your station. Whatever request you got to bring it downstairs. Let these people know you want to promote your business. You want to market your business. You want to increase your sales. You want the best salesmen, the best marketing people to get your name out there. Don't allow 2026 to come and you've not taken your business to the next level. It's not going to happen by way of magic. It happens by repetition. It happens by insertion. It happens by way of talent. Bring your business here. Now, guess what? I said to you, if I cannot sell it, I'll buy it myself. That's what you got to do. Bring it here. Let me sell it for you. And if I can't sell it, then I can pay for, what's the fella name? Ian Thomas? I can let Ian Thomas sell it for me then. Somebody got to sell something because I can only buy so much. But I know I'm a great salesman. So for the new year, give yourself the gift of marketing and sales. Darwin Russell is here for consultancy. I am here for sales. We got a great marketing staff here. And we can surely make your business a success. I got a call on the line already. Let me see who this call is. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, yes. Hi, hello, and happy holidays.
Happy
to all
holidays.
of you. Darwin, this is Lavette calling all the way from North Carolina.
Hi, darling. Compliments of the season to you and your family.
Compliments of the season to you as well, and compliments of the season to, I call him your host, so he called you
Yo,
your
man,
host.
we co-hosted.
You go. I keep telling you, you go right up to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to Patterson Avenue. Go to 3030 Patterson Avenue. You can find out who I am. You say the name Roseboro, you'll never forget it. Especially if you,
Okay.
especially if you're a child of God. Number one, because you know my people is good old Southern people. They got to love Jesus. But boy, if you're beautiful, I got an uncle there named Brad Man. Oh Lord, Brad Man is a problem. Every woman in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, know my uncle Brad Man. Every last one. Every last one.
Yeah.
That's the ladies' man of Winston-Salem.
Beautiful. It's
Huh?
very beautiful and historic.
I come from good people, man.
Very
Strong
beautiful,
people.
historic.
Sharecropper. Gullah Geechee.
People.
Huh?
Yeah.
We know how to sing them old hymns.
In the South, they're in Charleston, though. One of my students one time when I was teaching, they said, "Oh, you sound like you from South Carolina."
Yeah, very
I
much.
said, "No," but I found out the history that,
That is correct.
a lot of slaves came from there to
Yes.
Bahamas.
Yes.
That's correct.
And so our indexation and how we speak
Mhm.
sounds similar to them.
That is
Some of
correct.
them.
Even the food in that region of the country.
That is correct.
But I just want to say, I'm calling to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, my
I know
dear.
Chicago just came off the line. Happy New Year to you too, Chicago. I want to say also condolences goes out to Ray.
Yes.
And his sister Raquel and
Yes.
the passing of their mom.
Yes.
I sent a what's up to him. And I pray that they find solace along with the other family members and even the persons at church.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say Ray Davis and Raquel Davis.
Thank you.
Dr. Raquel Davis.
Hmm.
Yes. Just saying condolences goes out to them.
Absolutely.
And I would like to wish all of my family, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I have my mom here with me, so she's sitting right next on the side of me. But I'll be home for the New Year. And
Awesome.
come to eat some food and get my blood sugar up again.
Well,
That's
make
a-
sure you hit
that's
me
a
up
good-
while you're in town.
That's a good-
We
You
appreciate
take care.
you.
Let me say, she can burn some Barango.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So, Davin, you take care.
Thank you.
And I'm always lovely to hear you on the,
Thank
on
you.
the phone. On the radio. We've been classmates for years.
Long time. So
But
we'll hopefully we
I
get together when you get home in the new year.
Yes, that should be good.
Awesome.
Okay,
Y'all be
care.
safe. Take care.
Bye.
The texter here says Garth is too spicy. He make life tough for the Christmas. I make life tough for Christmas. Let's go to church, boy. Garth starting a tight fist boot camp for boys. Them. I will call his mummy for him. Well, my mother always said, boy, you ain't too big to get a spanking. So that's the type of love my mommy got for me, because with that spanking coming boiled fish and rack of
After.
lamb and oh man. That's how she would spank you, man, with
My
love.
Lord.
I'm not an abused child. I'm a loved child.
No, my mommy used to spank me with belt, but she still loved
How
me.
you can feel belt and you just eating all that good, delicious food?
No, I feel it.
No, man, I
used
can't.
to feel it.
You can still remember when you used to
If
get
I
hit?
what? I still have trauma, boy.
So what about all the goodness your mommy do for you?
All of it, it all wrapped up
That's
in one.
supposed to heal that.
It did.
Okay, that's
It
what,
did.
so what you
That
talking
don't
about?
mean I ain't still in therapy.
No, you don't know therapy.
You don't know nothing
You
about that.
greedy. You selfish. You selfish. I wanted to talk a little bit about that selfish thing today because anyway. Someone says a Merry Christmas to you both, Garth and Darvin. Mr. Russell, I thank you so much. Watch this. You won't believe what this person can say.
Go ahead.
I thank you so much for my free, Free, free pest control service. May God continue to bless you and your business.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Listen, man, on behalf of Guardian Radio and the Orkin man, Darvin Russell, we bless you, we thank you. And if you could just give a referral to anyone who needs the services, just mention remark, you may get a discount. I don't know. I can't tell the man how to run his business. But that's Mr. Darvin Russell, man. And he does an excellent job. He just gave me a job a couple of days ago. And you see, I ain't complaining. If you look on the camera right now, Darvin Russell, I wearing all my clothes today. Jesus, Lord, Darvin, give me job. Wally, Darvin, give me job. You see how good I look? My Jesus, Lord. I say, boy, this talking man off the chain. So listen, man, folks. What I really want to talk about, I'm listening to your discourse, right? And I only got a few minutes to talk about this, but I want you Bahamian people, even in this time that we call Christmas or the Yuletide season, to be more genuine in your spirit of sharing. This whole idea of just sharing at this time of year with an expectancy that someone else is going to give you in return
Okay.
does not need to persist. I have found out, and this is my testimony to everyone listening here today, that every time I give away
Okay.
material
Possession.
possessions, I get it right back.
Good measure. Pressed down, shaken together.
I do not want you to listen to me today to say I'm boasting to you. I want you to listen to me as a humble person attempting to encourage you
That's your testimony.
to do better. I bought a vehicle for $400. The value of the vehicle, once I fixed it, was $10,000. That vehicle sits in my yard along with 6 to 7 other vehicles. I had a neighbor that said to me, but he didn't say anything to me. He was cleaning my property. And I recognized that I had 7 vehicles and he didn't have 1. So I gave him the key for a truck that another neighbor just gave me. I said, use that. That's you. Take care of it. If I need it, I'll call on you. He agreed. Then I got a call last night that another neighbor says to me, I like that Jeep in the front of your yard. I want to purchase that Jeep. So, of course, I reduced the price from $10,000 because I already invested in the Jeep.
You reduce it to 99.
I can't tell you how much I
Okay,
reduced
good.
it
No,
to,
man, go ahead,
but I'm making my money.
There you go.
And he's saving some money. And when he's saying that, it has nothing to do with just business of you doing to receive. It's a vehicle, Darwin Russell, that when you open your heart, you're opening to receive more than you had before.
Absolutely.
If you keep your heart closed, you receive nothing at all.
Absolutely.
So Jesus said to the rich young ruler, see, I know this Bible, man, in Luke chapter 18,
No talk that talk.
that I want you to give everything that you have to the poor.
Yes.
This man had kept all the commandments of God from his youth up. This man was respected in his community as a great one. And he looked at Jesus and the disciples and he could not do it. And I said to myself, I possibly could not do it myself. As much as my mother said, boy, you're so silly sometimes, you just give away everything.
Everything.
I've been giving away all my life. All my life I've been giving away and I still got things. And I said, but even in my spirit of giving, I cannot give him everything. What I can have left. And I didn't understand this principle, Darwin. I'm not trying to preach to you people today. Until I too became homeless. Hello. With nothing. I gave it all away and I became homeless. I returned to the Bahamas with 10 cents in my pocket. And I still was giving away my 10 cents. Now I could give away a Jeep. I could give away a truck. I could give away. Not expecting anything in return, but I'm saying to you, Darwin Russell, it's coming back to you. Darwin Russell gives away a free pest control service for 7 listeners of our show. And already the gratitude is coming in. Already people are listening and they say, you know what? I want to call the Orkin Man because the Orkin Man is blessing other people. This is how it works. But I see you on the line, caller. Go ahead, caller. I don't want to keep you too long. Caller,
You're on the air.
That's me?
Yes, that's you.
I got to cut my little sermon for you. Go ahead.
You got a what?
I got to cut my little sermon so I can listen to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry to disturb you, man.
No, you ain't disturbing me. This is your show.
Thank you. Darwin, and
Just
all
popping
the
up.
listeners and you, God, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas to you, my friend. We always love and appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Where Gabby, man?
Gabi is not 100%, but she is recuperating and she's in good spirits.
I listened for her Thursday, but I hear the lawyer woman being on it.
Yeah. And
The woman who's come on Friday.
yeah, we swapped days, so she probably had another obligation. She's a busy lady.
We love Gabby,
I know y'all do.
We love her like how we love cook food. We love them like how we love cook food, and Gabby like how we love Darwin Russell.
My Lord.
And I know, and you love me like how?
Cook food?
You serious?
No.
Oh, okay then.
I try to be honest.
Well, listen to me, my boy. You know I don't have no problem with that at all, man.
But I still
Everybody
love you,
can like you, man. Everybody can love you. Everybody
still
can have
love
no
you, though,
feelings
God.
for you. Huh?
I still love you as a brother, boy.
Man, you know I got your back, man. See,
Listen,
I ain't that
God.
petty. But go ahead.
God, when I missed Gabby yesterday, then I ain't here today. I'm gonna say I ain't see her here today. But when I listen to the show, which was come on the TV in the night, the lady say, the people ask for God. So the people ask for God, and they ask for God. No, they ask for the people is asking. Someone asked for Gabby, and the host, the lady say, maybe you could fit and we mightn't need her. I'm not sure we mightn't need her. Something like that, paraphrasing what she said. And I just wonder what had happened to Gabby because she's so energetic and so exciting. Don't care what it is. She sounds so sweet and joyful and jubilant.
Right.
Yeah, so we kind of should say when she get back on the TV, even when you ain't there, tell her person, tell her lady, get Gabby back on the TV, yeah?
And I'm sure Gabby's
And
listening.
if you could, make sure we might need her for the rest of the year. But, if you could, you can maybe make sure she continue in the new year of God's spare life. If you're still there, God.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to make sure she doing it. And we love them.
Thank you, sir.
So you all ain't giving away nothing now, right?
Nope, no. No giveaways.
Nothing today.
Nothing today.
Man, they called me in here
Uh-huh.
so that I could,
Next
fill in
year
for
might
Gabby.
be better.
What's that?
God?
What's that?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. You say next year
Y'all
might be
gone
better.
So low. Producer, turn it up a little bit for me, please. So I can leave right now. I know God say in January he coming back and he talking politics and all that stuff, right? There's a video, what you call it, going around, where this Bahamian man saying this particular MP only bring one thing to the House when you get 8 voters in the House. And some people was wondering if he was being, how to say it, I don't know if it was fair for him to say something like that, because he was saying it wasn't no food or nothing and people hungry and stuff, and the lady must he, or the member of parliament must he just bring, I don't want to say a piece of cloth, a scarf or something, or something you could wear, but I guess they'll have to share it, they'll have to either wash it out or share it one at a time, but he was saying that, he don't think that was right, and I wanted to know, because God has put us in our place when we come across we either ungrateful or we looking for something what we didn't work for.
Yep.
What do you say about that, God? I can finish listening to y'all. I love y'all.
Thank you, sir. Happy holidays.
I love you, Papa, but I ain't letting you pull me into no politics till next year. I hear you, though. It's a great conversation. We can get people all excited and involved in that. What I will do for you people is in the first week after John Canoe, y'all can hit me in all of the political conversations that you've had in December, and I'll do my endeavor best to catch up and to make a contribution. For right now, I trying to figure out why people still talking politics and it's Jesus' birthday month. I know y'all will always say, you know what? This my birthday today, and I celebrating for the whole month.
The whole month.
But if you celebrate the whole month, then you're supposed to be talking about Jesus for the whole month. But anyhow, call on the line, go ahead.
So, good greetings to you all.
Good
Greetings,
greetings,
my
my friend.
Something came to me today. I was watching a thing with Piers Morgan, right? And they talk about, Piers Morgan talk about people coming into the U.S. and changing the culture. And Roland Martin asked him, what is Roland Martin say, well, everybody did that. American culture is the culture of the people who come there. Like the what you call it, the Italians, the Jews, and they come and they bring their culture. My question to you all is, we like to do what the Americans do, and we feel like the American way is the best way. You understand me? Why do we feel like people who come in need to adopt our culture rather than keep their own?
That's an interesting, provocative question for December.
Right.
Yeah.
And another thing, the thing with Rick Fox and thing, I think someone mentioned this on one of your programs, but nobody echoed it, right? About, they asked what Rick Fox done for the Bahamas. People asking that before and want to be candidate. Question, what about what Brave Davis have done before becoming a candidate for the people, for the country?
Those are great questions, sir. I must say.
Thank you, man.
I do not know as yet where we will be, Darwin and I, in the new year. We know Remark is on Sundays, 5 to 6:30. As to Guardian Radio today during the week, we do not yet know. We're going into a new quarter. If we're not able to have these discussions on a weekday, we definitely will have to have these discussions on Remark on Sundays. And so Darwin has noted your questions. He says your statements. It's a great dialogue. We look forward in the new year to sitting and conversating with you about such situations.
No, but I think I would have liked to engage him a little bit further because I would like to get an understanding of what he thinks culture is.
Well, what I
by
can
definition,
do,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know the time is dwindling on me. But that's up to Darwin Russell. If he wants to entertain it today, I will allow him to do so. But allow me first to read some text quickly if I can before I take a break, and then we'll discuss if we can go in that direction. We have a texter here. This Politics Eve. Say this Politics Eve. Here. Boy, listen to me. You all something else say? So this is Politics Eve. Okay. Mr. Garth, my mom always said you cannot outgive God. Seed time and harvest. Sending love and complete healing to Gabby in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I think that's a beautiful text.
text.
Good afternoon, Garth and Darwin. Not Garvin, Darwin. You said that you have a rental business. Is it for cars?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And the phone number again is 807
3236.
3236. That's for Darwin Russell. Make him happy, man. Don't go rent the man car. And I see what y'all is doing with them car. Y'all all down the track road in the back of the bush, cutting across pine tree, toting cement, what's wrong with y'all people that ain't your car? It's only for use for you to get from A to B. It ain't no truck. Okay? And then y'all like to cut cross people too and drive by, but that's Aaron Green job. That ain't my job, talking about bad drivers. Y'all take care of the people in them car and take your time and don't drink and drive. Anyway, I'm going to say something else what y'all do in them car. Because, when you do these things, the car just break down. You don't use no car for no hotel. Thank you very much. A Merry Christmas to you both, Garth and Darwin. Mr. Russell, I thank you so much. Okay, this one, she wants to thank you again for the free pest control. So, yeah, man, listen, folks. Darwin has that question. You say you want to jump into that culturally?
Yeah, because I think it's very interesting when I hear conversations around culture, because I think Bahamians, by and large, probably struggle if you ask the average Bahamian to define what is Bahamian culture. I think we know it when we see it or experience it, but to articulate it in a very succinct way, I think it's difficult. And I would encourage our historians, our playwrights, the custodians of Bahamian history and culture to really articulate that for the people, so that we speak about it with one voice. But to answer his question specifically, I think the difference between the origins of the United States and the origins of the Bahamas, the U.S. was, the Native Americans were there, colonized then by the British, and the United States became an amalgamation of cultures, where, as Roland Martin, he mentioned that in the clip with Piers Morgan, the United States became a melting pot of cultures. So what they are is that gumbo, if you will. And even with the way in which their naming convention is, I'm African American, I am Italian American, I'm German American, they still identify with their ancestry as much as they identify with their American culture. So you might argue that there is no independent culture separate and apart from the cultures that America imported. Do you understand what I'm saying? What is American culture if it's not African American culture, if it's not Italian American culture, if it's not German American culture? That's an interesting dynamic. But when you think about Bahamian culture, of course, we know from our Arawak Indian history that when we were quote-unquote colonized by the British, and in 1492 Columbus discovered, or we use that term loosely, discovered the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, then interspersed with those that were here, the African culture became the predominant culture of the Bahamas and continues so through this day. It was not so much an amalgamation of cultures outside of the African culture and the African diaspora, I think, that formed what we deem to be Bahamian. So when others come to the Bahamas, we have an expectation that they assimilate into our culture because our culture is established. Our culture is not really an amalgamation of other cultures. Although we have influences from other regions, I feel as though the Bahamian culture is sufficiently strong that we would expect others to adopt it. One of the struggles we have had, and the reason why there seems to be conflict, especially with our brothers in the South, is the fact that they wish to retain their culture within the Bahamas, and yet and still wish to be Bahamian at the same time.
Well, I'll challenge you as well as to say that for those of you who go to the watering hole, you'll recognize that those same people, they drink more Bahamian beer than the Bahamians. So these people are replacing you, and you are allowing them to replace you by not even maintaining and sustaining your own culture. And this is why I fight so hard as to what is the identity of the Bahamian culture and how can we preserve that. Listen, folks, this is Guardian Radio Today, 96.9 FM. Darvin Russell is in the house. My name is Garth Minard Roseborough. We enjoy you. I mean, we're having a merry Christmas, a good time with you. I got to step away, but Darvin Russell is here, and when he steps away, we're going to leave you with some good music today. Some good conversation from 3 to 4. But I'm looking forward to politics in January. I got to be a man of my word. Merry Christmas to you. Prosperous New Year. I wish I can give all of you the gift that you were desiring. Empty my pockets for you. But I think one person in the Bible said, silver and gold have I none, eh? But I got some silver, I got some gold. I just ain't got enough for everybody, and I ain't trying to give you no scarf. So, Papa, maybe next year we could talk about that scarf. We could talk about gifts that politicians give in return for favors, but not today. Today, we talk about our country and the one who died for us all. We'll take a break now, and we'll be right back.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This holiday season, come to John's on Rosetta Street, Akamaica Road for all your footwear and fashion needs, where we've got you and the family covered. Shoes, bags, jewelry, clothes, and even home appliances. John's has everything you need for work, church, play, or the party in your life. John's has Skechers, Steve Madden, New Balance, Nautica, Hey Dude, Patrick Ewing, and other trusted brands. A John's gift card is the perfect gift. So come on into John's and start your holidays off on the right foot. Merry Christmas, Bahamas!
Season's greetings from Remark on Guardian Radio 96.9. Thank you for your opinions, your stories, every text, and every call. To our listeners, guests, and supporters, we truly say thank you to you all. We extend warm wishes for a prosperous new year and look forward to a fresh start with Remark in the new year. Join us on Guardian Radio 96.9, where your voice matters.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am back. The captain has left the boat. He has gone to shore. So we are continuing the conversation today, talking about, during this Yuletide season, we were chatting up prior to the break, and a provocative question had come in from one of the callers talking about culture. But let me get back to one of the text messages. Good afternoon, Garth and Darvin. I am not one of those who mishandle others' property. I am a very responsible individual, and I wish that you and both of your families have a happy and safe Christmas. For those of you that are going to call and chime in today, I'm going to pivot a little bit with our conversation for the remaining time that I have with you guys. The numbers for you to call and participate, 323-6232, 325-4316, and 325-4259. For our Family Island callers, 242-300-5720, and for those communicating by text, 422-4796. You know, during this time of year, one of the things that I have historically spent some time doing is I take a break during the after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. I essentially shut all my businesses down from any significant activity. And I really have a moment of reflection and contemplation on the year that has just transpired. And then I really give some thought to what the next year would bring. My friends and family are used to my New Year's messages now. I don't know, I've been doing them for 10 years. My video messages on what my mantra is for each year. And of course, I get some commentary from them, words of encouragement to keep them up because they enjoy listening to them. But this year, in 2025, I must say that I did something different. This year, I pivoted more into my spiritual life, and kind of didn't focus as much on business. So I went on what I called my Fruit of the Spirit journey. So what I did in 2025 is I tried to be more intentional about my Christian walk. And the 12 fruits of the Spirit that I focused on this year were modesty, patience, peace, chastity, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, charity, joy, generosity, and in the month of December, the final fruit of the Spirit is kindness. And can I tell you some of the things that I observed, experienced, learned from this journey is that it is really difficult, even when you focus on the habits, the fruits, the attributes of what it means to be a Christian, to be more Christ-like. It is really difficult to consistently do those things and put them into practice. But nevertheless, I want to encourage you to continue to do those things. And maybe for your 2026, you should really give some consideration to what it is you're going to focus on for your spiritual growth, for those of you that consider yourselves Christian. And even if you're not, I would encourage you to think about your life in a way that if you were to leave the earth, who is going to miss you? What impact have you had for the time that you've been here? My wife would say that there's a phrase that says, service is the price you pay for the space you occupy. And I would ask you, what is the service that you've been paying for the space that you occupy? I really want you to take some time during this Yuletide season to think soberly about how your footprints are being displayed in the earth. Because I believe that we have in this nation and around the world significant challenges that it is no longer okay to sit on the sidelines and be laissez-faire, lackadaisical, and just allow life to pass you by. I really want you to be a bit more intentional about how you move in 2026. Caller, you're on the air. You're on Guardian Today with Darvin.
Yes, this is me again with that culture.
Yes, sir.
Right? Let's look at our food.
Yes, sir.
Our cultural food.
Mm-hmm.
We can't find our cultural food at McDonald's, at Burger King, and none of them. You understand me?
Does culture, though, need to be ubiquitous for it to still be culture? And by that I mean, if it's not everywhere, does that mean it's not culture?
No, but it's not predominant. Okay, let's look at religion.
Mm-hmm.
What's our cultural religion? Christianity. Why
Say
is
again?
it Christianity? Look at religion in Cuba. You know the cultural religion is in Cuba?
Go ahead, you tell me.
Santeria.
Okay.
You know what it is in Haiti? Same thing. That's Santeria. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
These people worship, they honor their parents. They worship their parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your father living? My
Yes, he
father's
is.
not living. My mother's not living. But I honor her.
Yes.
I honor them. You understand me?
So-
In other words, look at what is Jonkunu. Jonkunu is
Yes.
our culture, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
So what Jonkunu means to you? What's the Jonkunu culture? who wins a costume with Chinese culture or Indian, a sound of Indian-based drums and you know what I'm saying?
So
It's our
what?
culture.
So what? Let me ask you: how do you define Bahamian culture for yourself and your family?
Bahamian culture to me is a culture that evolves. It evolves. You understand me? And it's more American than anything. You understand me? Our kids don't even they people go out, they go they eat pasta. All the foods we eat.
Okay.
You know, when we go see how gourmet and thing and the like, the rich people they don't eat Bahamian food. What they eat? Look, remember when Kentucky used to sell peas and rice?
Yes, I do actually.
That's a while back, right? So you can't tell me we can't. In other words, we can't even find our own food files. We can find every other food files, and for us to find Bahamian food, you know, we got to go. We got to go in the delis and supervalue and the like. That's the only way we could find fast food there.
You know, this is an interesting perspective that you have.
And not bad.
Because
we don't even have a cult. We don't even eat our food.
I don't actually feel the same way though.
We can't even eat our own fish. We eat swine and salmon. That ain't Bahamian cultural food. That ain't our food.
It's an interesting perspective, my brother. I appreciate that contribution, man.
In other words, okay, look at, we say, we like to, we say among the Haitians, and
Okay.
I mean, they culture there. I'm Texas Island. And you know what they tell me in Texas Island?
What's that?
They tell me, say, Texas, John Canoe came to the Bahamas from Texas Island. That's what they tell me.
Okay.
So, see, and anyway, we got to be safe. I bet your child couldn't tell you what John Canoe means to them. What's the John Canoe culture?
Okay.
Where John Canoe, when when nobody in school could tell you when the history of John Canoe.
That's interesting.
How we get it.
It's an interesting perspective, my brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. So there you have it, folks. Do you believe that we as Bahamians have a culture? But prior to the caller mentioning that again, I was talking to you about what my journey has been in 2025 around the fruits of the Spirit and how I believe that it has helped me evolve as a just kinder, gentler person. When we get back, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I learned and tell you what I plan for 2026, and hopefully you feel comfortable calling in and tell us what your 2026 journey you're expecting it to be like. What are your plans, expectations for your lives and that of your loved ones next year? You're listening to Guardian Today, and this is Darvin. We'll be back after these short messages.
Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
The Guardian Today, and I am your host, Darvin Russell. And in studio with me for the second half of the hour, I think we're tag teaming in and out today, is Precious Morley. Precious, along with her sister Akira, have been hosting Garth and I's show on Sunday, Remark. And she just was talking to me about such a great show that they had on Sunday But when I have to dip out, which will be early today as well, Precious will hopefully bring this home, or y'all just be listening to plenty music around 4 o'clock. But Precious, say hello to the people, wish them a Merry Christmas.
Season's greeting to you all, beautiful folks. It's a pleasure to be here once again. As Darvin would have mentioned, I had the opportunity to host the show Remark, and we had a wonderful conversation. If you didn't hear that conversation, I advise you to go back and look at that conversation. And I just want to give warm greetings from Akira. It's been a pleasure. I thank God for the opportunity, Guardian Radio, Dwight Strong, everyone that gave us the opportunity just to allow our voices to be heard.
Fascinating. All right, folks, let's get to some of these text messages. Darvin and Garth, did y'all notice anything today about the texters and callers' remarks? Y'all are smart. You know it. I will listen to the responses. Boy, we got some Tropsy listeners here.
Always.
Darvin, that caller must think Bahamians are dumb. What does he mean kids can't define what Junkanoo is? And they have kids who participate in Junior Junkanoo. Oh, Lord. You know you hit a nerve when you talk to Bahamians about certain topics. Bahamian culture is slackness. You can't name a single thing in the Bahamas that isn't slack. Police, politicians, court, immigration, Junkanoo, government contracts, passport office. I just see someone parked in the handicap spot and beat me inside the store. Slackness. Oh, Lord. I don't know if slackness is culture, but hey, you know, you can't deny it sometimes because it is something that we experience, and it's so ubiquitous all around this place that you probably can't argue with the texter, folks. There is an element of Bahamian culture that is represented by slackness, and we've seen the memes and the videos and the Facebook reels. So certainly, I can't fight you on that one. I mean, I gotta concede the point that slackness is something that, unfortunately, some aspects of Bahamian culture we've become known for. But Precious, before you got here, I was talking to the audience about my 2025 journey.
Okay.
And I was saying to them that this year I didn't focus so much on establishing business goals, which has really been my habit every year.
Right.
I set goals for each of my companies. But this year I kind of pivoted and I went heavier into my spiritual journey.
Okay.
And I listed for them what those 12 fruits of the Spirit were prior to you coming in. And one of the things I was going to share with them is the struggles that I had in trying to actually live this life out, despite knowing that I'm supposed to be doing it.
Right.
And it was really hard. And I'll tell you, this month, the month of December, is the month of kindness. So I've done a few things this month to be very intentional and deliberate about being kind. Because I was talking to a friend of mine, and what I said to her, I said, what I realize about this journey is that in your Christian faith, I think the reason why it's always a journey and not a destination is because we're always seeking perfection that we never actually achieve.
That's for sure.
And but really, if we focus on every day doing better, a funny thing happens. We actually become more and more like Christ.
That's for sure. That's true.
And I can tell you that the Darvin on the 19th of December, 2025 is very different than the Darvin in January 1st, 2025. I definitely can say that this has been a growth journey for me. And I thought that I was a pretty good, decent Christian. But this has really been a growth journey for me. And it's shown me and amplified areas where I'm really weak in, that I thought I wasn't.
Wow.
But it's also at least given me some encouragement that I'm doing okay in certain areas. Like I feel as though I am a pretty generous person.
Right.
But I'm not a pushover.
Right.
So not just because you ask, you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you know a lot of people
don't come knocking on my car door talking about, give me $5.
Right.
But because I'm in Kindness Month, I actually think twice about whether or not I'm going to give you that $1.
Yeah.
And my mom has this thing, when she used to travel more with us, every time you pull up in BJ's parking lot, Sam's Club, wherever you are, there's somebody coming up to the car, right? And they probably know Bahamians by now, right? We always get cash, right? And my mom would say this thing. Her simple phrase was, "It's only $1."
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, but it's
That's my dollar.
Like, it's my dollar.
That's my
and
dollar.
She's like, but it's only $1. And
Yeah.
as you get older, you realize the wisdom in that principle, because it's like, whatever they are going to do with it, it's still only $1. Just release it and leave it up to God. And I think that's really an important lesson. It's only a kind word.
Yeah, I believe so. And I'll go back to Bishop Darren Woods. We were talking about when it comes of giving.
Yes.
And how it should be sacrificial. And a lot of times we don't do that. And then, yes, we do have some people who like to take advantage of your generosity. And they love to do that. But in that same note, when we give, you giving with that heart to say, okay, I'm giving because you say you have a need.
Yes.
Now, what you do with that when I release that to you, you're going to be held accountable for what you do. So if you tell me you need that to buy something to eat, and you go take my funds, my $1,
and go right in the liquor store.
that's right,
Yeah.
and you go buy yourself some liquor, then that's on you. But we would have done our job, which was to give you to fulfill that need. And so I always used to look at it like that too. I used to say, boy, I'm not going to give them my money because they're not going to use it to what I want them to use it for. But, we just got to, okay, you have that need. I'm going to give it to you. Now you're going to be held accountable because I gave this to you with a good heart, saying that I'm helping you fulfill the need that you have.
Yeah, good intentions.
Right. And so you don't, you go and do what you want to do. That's on you.
Caller, you're on the air. You're on Guardian today. You're talking to Darvin and Precious. You're on the air. Hi, caller. You're on the air. What's your contribution?
Yeah, this Darvin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, what I call him to ask, because like, when the other lady just came on just now, right?
Yes.
She remember her real culture. She got to be from Tom Bay, Lutra. You from Tom Bay, man. You're the Tom Bay woman, right?
No, I'm not. I am right from the capital.
You got to be joking. You saw us from Tom Bay.
Oh, really?
Listen to me. When you come on just now, start talking, right?
Yes.
Only one thing comes to my mind. My grandmother.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Talk just like her.
Wow. Is she a nice lady?
What you mean? She's nice, very nice. The thing
Awesome.
about it is, right? When like she's from Tarpon Bay, Lutra, right?
Yes, sir.
And when they call one another, and then she called her friend up on the phone. Now we take this offensive today now, but I when I grew up, my grandma, when she called her friend up on the phone, she'd be like, "Hello, Ho, how you doing, Ho? You were all right, Ho?" And guess what? Hold on. We take that offensive now.
Yes,
Ask anybody from Tarpon Bay, Lutra, the original Tarpon Bay people. I'm talking about in the 50s, 60s, whenever, right?
Yes,
40s,
sir.
right? When they speak, women especially, when they're addressing one another, they call one another ho.
That's
Hey,
interesting.
ho, how you doing, ho? And so on, it's like that.
So tell me while we have you on the phone, what's your favorite Christmas memory of your grandmother?
I think one,
What's your favorite Christmas memory of your grandmother?
we always celebrate Christmas, why let's do that to everybody?
Really?
You know what, I can tell you what, okay, honestly, right?
Uh-huh.
Growing up, right? My grandmother, because growing up, I like building things, I used to like building things.
Okay.
I used to build them from a child, right? And I built stuff, all the toys and guys on the block. I built them from the age must be 5, 6, 7,
Yes, sir.
And my grandmother, she see me like this, right? Why look here? You going to church. She used to never call it church. You going to church, right? And I'd be like, oh, no, but I want pills, right? But I just get peace to go to church, right? And I honestly, right? I didn't like it at all, right? But I can tell you what, at the age of 7, 8, now God talking to me in my head. This ain't God, ain't no one. God talk to me, right? No, God tell me. God tell me, man, hold on, man. You see them people in the church? You see that? They playing with God. They are playing with God. Just like that. And guess
No,
what?
that's not everybody now, caller. That's not everyone. But we see it.
Listen to me. Hold on. God talk to my head.
Go ahead. No. You finish what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then closing, but with God, last thing God tell me is, they playing with God, right? And last thing God tell me is, do not mix. And you know what? I ain't telling you no lie, right? You know what? I ain't telling you no lie, right? My God ain't got no, like I ain't no middleman to my God.
You're not a what?
Who sit in the church, they have a middleman, they sit down and wait for the middleman, and they talk about God. But in reality, literally, it's all of us, right? And it's like, all of us face the same thing, good and evil, right? Our choices we make will determine what consequences are, right?
Okay.
But at the end of the day, right? So you got, the voice in your head. Well, you get this voice from God, right? And then you go to the contrary, really dealing with the devil. And that's the bottom line. And that's why I look at life in general, right?
Okay.
And I see in this life, I don't need to sit up in someone's church and I got to pay them money and I get the bless of the congregation, feel like I'm a part of that. And then when I feel like they feel like I'm part of that, I get cast out. Just like in this society, they say it's a Christian nation. More than something, I tell you no lie, honestly, right? We are a Christian nation, so said in quotes, right? But you know what? As a person, me, I never wanted to be a Christian, but you know what? I ain't telling you no lie. As the amen, who never got to be Christian, who ain't want to be one, right? You know, get treated less than as human beings, and that's what all people don't believe that, because I find like in this society, if you ain't following that dogmatic thing, like you get treated outcast. The preacher is doing. I mean, all over in this country is about that because no matter where you go, if you go to the office in the passport office or maybe police or whatever, when they can test you, they can say, well, you got to go home and pray or something like that. Well, you tell them you don't pray. Well, they understand easy.
So
you get bad service from there.
Can I challenge you with what you're saying today a little bit?
No, I'm telling you for facts, man.
That's fine.
No.
That's why I'm asking you. So if what you're saying is what you truly believe, right?
No, I'm telling you for fact what it is.
No.
Belief.
No, it's your belief. Because
it's a lifestyle. I'm talking about what has happened as a person.
No. I'm not running away from that. That's not the question I'm just going to ask you.
Yeah,
I'm saying to you, based on what you have shared with us today, what does your walk look like with God? Because you're saying you believe that it was God who spoke to you, right? So you don't go to church from what you said.
No. What am I going to church for?
That's what I'm asking you. So I'm asking you.
In my mind, right? When I go and sit up in some church and they try to put dogmatically in my head that Jesus the Son, I know the Son in the sky that given life.
Okay.
And furthermore, it's like, so they tell us this, and when you don't believe it, you get outcast.
No, but that's what I'm asking you. So what does your walk look like?
My walk, man, my walk looks so good, I tell you no lie. Because guess what? In my life, I tell you no lie. It's like, so you live your life, you see what's happening in this life, you see the people who do certain things to you or will lie and whatever to you, whatever. And they be woman or man, right? And you know what? You have to draw a line in the sand with people. Because people in general, right?
Yes.
They be like, they don't even know what they into. People are lost. Because, most of the people in life right now, look around good. You see it, most of the people, especially women, most of them look like duplicates.
Yes.
You know why? Because, you know what? They never look in the mirror and understand that when they look in the mirror, that's only one up right there, okay? And how would you, in this life, how would you give up you to be just everybody else? And where is you? You ain't dead, but you're walking around with almost look like somebody else. What sense does that make living life?
All right, caller. I appreciate you. You had a long run. Have a good day. So, Precious, that was a mouthful.
It was indeed. And I just want to say that going back to our conversation on what we had about the church.
Yeah.
Of course, there are bad apples. There are churches that they hurt people. That's and correct. They manipulate the people. We have that. We see that. Now, we do have churches who are striving for perfection. And all of us, we are imperfect. It was so funny to hear him say that when you asked him about his walk, and he said, it's a line. Right. And you just said to the Bahamas and myself that you were still struggling with you operating in the fruits of the Spirit. So, of course, like my dad always say, the fisherman never called his fish stink. But I'm pretty sure there's still some area, and the area shows because even though he's saying that when he goes to church, to me it seems like he's being offended some way or somehow. And as we had that conversation, a bishop would say, But when you're offended on a job, don't you religiously show up every single day? When Wendy's make that mistake, don't you still go back and go?
I struggle with the way in which we so easily demonize the church, though.
Easily.
For that very same reason.
Yes.
Because here you are, one bad boss, you don't give up on the whole company.
Right.
One bad experience, you don't stop working.
That's right.
But you go to church, one bad pastor, one bad sermon, one offensive Christian congregant, and all of a sudden the church is this and the church is that. One pastor who's abusing the resources of the church.
Right.
You're tithe, and all of a sudden we gain money to the pastor. And I'm like, okay, let's think logically, folks. The tithe that you give, and as Precious said, after you give that $1 to the homeless person, it's no longer on you. It's on them to be good stewards of that.
Right.
So when you give your tithe to your church, that's on your pastor.
Right.
And the members of that congregation who are responsible for the administration of that church body to operate in integrity with
Yes.
those dollars.
Exactly.
How do you think missions happen?
Right.
How do you think free breakfast happen?
Right.
How do you think feeding the homeless happen?
Exactly.
These things require money that
Yeah.
churches
Yes, they do.
day in and day out in this country. So yeah, I always struggle whenever I hear that. And it is unfortunate that people continue to use that as a narrative based on the things that they have experienced. It's unfortunate, as you say, that has been some person's experience with church. But you got to try again. And like I say, why can't you be the role model of what you think
Right, exactly.
a good Christian should be? That's
So
what I
if
struggle
everybody is bad, you be
with.
the
You be
good
good
one.
one.
Yes.
That's
You
my
be
point.
the light in the
That's exactly
darkness.
right. That is exactly my point.
You be the light.
All right. Oh Lord, I ain't going without text. No, we can leave that right there. Right there. So Precious. So getting back to what we were chatting about, right?
Okay.
So I set my goals, and then at the end of the year, between Christmas and New Year, I reflect. I review what I've accomplished,
Right.
how far I've deviated off the path, and
I do the same.
and try to recalibrate.
Okay.
And oftentimes God gives me a word, a sentence, a scripture for the upcoming year.
Oh, wow. That happens to me too?
Yeah, so we are like-minded
Wow.
persons.
I have mine already. Do you have
do?
yours?
I do. I
Yes.
do it is right now.
Okay.
So, where I put it? Okay, mine is expect greater.
Okay,
for
mine is
2026.
transition.
What is it?
Transition.
That's exciting.
Wow.
That's exciting.
It
So
is.
what I'll do now between Christmas and New Year is I'll kind of spend some quiet time and I'll kind of flesh that out. And then this becomes my kind of New Year's message to my friends and family because I post it online.
Right.
But next year, God's Best Life, one of the things that I know I'm going to be more intentional about is moving my fruits of the Spirit from being thematic. Meaning what I did was I took one fruit per month
Right.
and focused on that fruit.
Okay.
I'm going to think about it more in aggregate and try daily
Right.
to incorporate at least one of them all the time
Right.
to make it more a part and parcel of who I am as a person, to make holistically me a better person. And I think when it becomes second nature to you and part of your culture of being a Christian,
Yes.
then it would have achieved its objective, because then
Definitely.
you no longer have to almost intentionally practice because
Right.
it's so a part of you now
Yep.
that it's a part of your subconscious. So
Exactly.
that's the goal for me. And then, of course, I spent some time looking at what my business goals would be because I have some very exciting things coming up in 2026 is my hope and expectation that I'm going to be focused on. But expect greater is the mantra that I'm going for next year.
Awesome.
And everything I do will be about looking forward to improving on what happened in 2026. So yours is transition. What does that
Yes.
mean to you, and what are you looking forward to in 2026?
Oh, I haven't really given it some thought, but
Okay.
I do see myself as leaving one place to another.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I have been transitioning at the end of this year, like I would say late November,
Yeah.
December, so it's already started. And I would tell you, Darvin, I a lot of people don't think, but I was very shy. I'm still shy to a point.
Yeah.
But because of my line of work and community building, I can't be shy. I have to be more vocal.
Yeah.
And so it's gotten me out of my shell so much.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, so I'm no longer hiding behind the walls.
There
I
you go.
used to, stay in the back. I was always the one who I'll operate from the back. No need to see me.
Yeah.
I was always that person. But now it's like what I'm carrying now for this season is like the birthing of it. It's calling for me to be more in the forefront. So.
Okay.
That is the transition for me from coming out from the back, the shadows, and hiding more into the forefront. And so I'm excited and nervous at the same time, but I'm so grateful to embrace it because it's a different season, and I think it's needed. There's a lot of things that goals, dreams, aspiration that I just had on the shelf, and it's like I'm so compelled now because I think it's the season now for it to be birthed. And so now I'm in that transition, so I definitely am looking forward to bring those stuff on stream. And I think this year for me was multiplication.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a lot of things that I did. It doubled.
Okay.
It really, yes. And so, but this, as you said, I try my best to walk in all of the fruits of the Spirit every single day. I try to make it my just a part of me, because I think we all should be. If we operate in the fruits of the Spirit, man, we'd have a whole different culture.
We would have a whole different culture.
I'm telling you.
One of the things in talking about that I was having a conversation at lunch with a friend of mine, and I was saying to her, I said, one of the things that I think is missing, an element, and I'm not sure what direction this is going to take for me in 2026, but I'm putting it out there in Radio Land, and maybe the right person will hear it and grab onto it, is the notion that we were talking about during the break was, how do we pour more as men into the lives of young men in the Bahamas? And I said to my friend, I said, as we correct the men of the nation, we correct the nation as a whole.
Definitely.
And I do not believe that there is sufficient aggregation around all of the disparate elements that are working independently.
Yes.
So there are a lot of great men in this country that are probably in their pockets in the Bahamas doing good work. I think next year it's time for us to get together with oneness of mind and focus and probably find a program that can be developed that's national in scope. We are at that point in our evolution where we need to be more impactful.
Yes, definitely.
With the way that we're impacting the lives of men in this country. And I think if we do that, it fixes so many social ills.
Yes, it does.
Because when a man has identity, has purpose, it just changes everything
Definitely.
for him. So
yes.
I'm looking forward to maybe hopefully finding like-minded people that maybe have a program that I can amplify for them, speak to them, support them, because I don't have that vision, right? The Lord
Right.
hasn't given me that vision, so that's somebody else's vision that I would like to contribute to.
Right.
But I can at least see the need and recognize ways in which that need can be supported and amplified for the betterment of this nation. So if you think about, when you think about your transitions, you were saying something, and what resonated for me in my spirit was how I remember when I first got into radio many, many years ago, and I had been public speaking from I was 13, 14 in high school. And I remember my mom would come to all of my events. And at the time, she used to drive this Burgundy station wagon, and it had the very loud knocking sound, right?
Right.
So you would know when she pulled up in the parking lot at
Right,
school,
right.
right? Totally embarrassing, but the support was so important that I loved it.
Right.
And even with years of experience, public speaking, when I got on the radio, I was petrified.
Yeah.
So the nervousness, the anxiety,
Yes.
the palpitation is normal.
Right.
And a seasoned veteran of radio had to tell me, it's like, that's fine. And I
Right.
remember
That's the norm.
the encouraging word that I got from a friend of mine that I will give to you. And she said, you got to do it.
Right.
And here's what she said. She said, the first one is going to be awful.
Right.
Once you can get over the fact that the first one is going to be awful, everyone after that is going to be better.
Right. Man, surprisingly, the first we did, we had a lot of good
there you
response,
go.
and I was like, oh wow.
There you
and they
go.
said we could not tell that was your first time.
Yes, because in your mind, just as in mine, it was awful.
Right.
Because you saw all the mistakes. Well, I had too many pauses.
Right.
I still didn't ask the right question. Or I
Right,
didn't.
right.
Yeah. But the audience is on the other end like, man, but that was a good show. But you say
Right.
you ain't a veteran?
Right.
And so, but that's what she meant. Like, you have to do it. And once you break the hurdle of the doing,
right,
and that anxiety settles, you realize, oh, that wasn't as hard as I thought
Yes,
it
indeed.
would have been.
Yes,
and that's a
yes.
lesson for your children. That's a lesson for your siblings, your co-workers, your friends, your family. That's a lesson for all of you listening. Whatever that thing is that you have been reluctant to do because you're scared, nervous, feel unqualified, go and do it. I promise you. Once you do it, every other time you try it again gets better. It gets easier. And of course, you can refine your ability by
Yeah, for
reading
sure.
and
Yes.
studying and practicing. But overcoming that fear is the biggest obstacle.
That is the biggest. That is the biggest. And speaking about fear,
Mhm.
I just finished writing a book.
Oh, stop it.
Yes.
Man, stop it.
Yes.
So you
David.
could lead me through my authorship journey then. Okay. What's your
Yes.
book about?
So my book is about, it's an autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
It's about my journey to taking the leap to start my business, and how you reference fear.
Yes.
And I in my observation, a lot of us, we get stuck on fear. Like, we want the possibilities, but we will not leave that place of comfortability.
Absolutely.
And uncertainty, it causes us to think of all type of crazy scenarios, and that what causes us
Right.
not to take the
Right.
leap.
Right.
So we want the thing, mind you. We want it, and we want it so bad. We're like, but what if this don't work out? What if
Yes.
they laugh at me? I don't want to be laughed at. I don't want to be mocked. And, we don't want failures. But what I've come to learn that in failures, that's where you learn how to succeed, because you depict that and you see, okay, it didn't work this way, so maybe I need to do it this way. I need to tweak it a little that way, and it helps you to move forward to a better success.
Absolutely.
But in regards to the book, I started writing this book in the year 2015, and I would write. That's how long it was. And I would start and I would stop, because I just, at a point, I felt like the book was lame. That's what I was telling myself. Like, who's
Nothing
gonna
to
read
share,
this
right?
book?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, who's gonna read this book? And as the years went by, and I was like, this book was given to me to write, and this is for someone. So even if it's just one person that read the book and their life was their life just dramatically changed for the better, that one person could make a whole million others change. And so I started to look at my contribution. I've been placed here for a reason. And as I always would tell people when I speak to them, we are all supposed to bring a part of the puzzle. And so if I don't bring my piece of the puzzle, I shortchange you of bringing yours. And so that is that became so important to me. And I had to look at purpose over perfection, because perfection is another thing that we struggle with. Like, as you said, we want something to look so flawless, but we make mistakes. All of us make mistakes. Even the veterans, they make mistakes, and they could tell you about those mistakes. But we focus on, it have to be just perfect. And that's how I was in writing the book. And because of that, I took all those years to complete it. But I realized, like, about 2 months ago, the importance of the book. Because now I'm seeing that a lot of people, they have big dreams, big vision, big goals, but they're still on the edge, and they will not take that leap.
They are indeed on the edge. And,
Yes.
and I have a few books in my head, right?
Right.
It's funny we're having this conversation on live radio, and all my vulnerability is coming out. So I have a few books in my head, but one in particular, I just mentioned again today, and the title is The 5 Greatest Decisions
Oh, wow.
in Life.
Okay.
There's only 5
I like it.
that alter your whole trajectory. So
Right.
how's that for a teaser, right?
I like that.
And I thought about some of those questions, and one of them is, one of the 5 greatest decisions that you'll ever make in your life is choosing to marry and who you marry.
Oh, that's big.
All right, that's
Yeah.
one of the big decisions you have to make. Another big decision is whether or not you have children and how many.
Right.
The third one is whether or not you go to college or not. So that alone should tell you the direction of this book.
Right. Have you started?
I have not started
No.
at all, other than the skeleton.
Are you
going to
make that your goal for 2026? Great.
To get started in earnest. And it's because I realize, and what prompted this reminder to me today was another conversation around a fork in the road.
Okay.
Somebody was telling me a story about another friend who had a fork in the road.
Okay.
And when they got to their fork in the road, they chose to go left. And I said to her, I wonder what prevented them from going right.
Yes.
What are those questions that a person asks themselves before they make one of these 5 big decisions? You're listening to Guardian Today. You're talking to Darvin and Precious. We'll be back to finish up our conversation during the last half and the final half hour of Guardian Today. We'll be back after these messages.
Step inside the John Baptiste Jazz Club at Baha Mar, where the rhythm of the islands of the Bahamas meets the soul of New Orleans. Every night, the lights dim, the music swells, and the air fills with that unmistakable energy, the kind that makes you close your eyes and just feel. Savor signature cocktails, curated small plates, and live performances from world-class musicians, all in an intimate, artfully designed space where every seat has a story. Whether it's a romantic night out or a spontaneous evening with friends, this is where you want to be. The John Baptiste Jazz Club, only at Baha Mar. Reserve your table now at bahamar.com/jazz club or through the Baha Mar app, because every evening plays its own tune.
This holiday season, come to John's on Rosetta Street, Arkamika Road for all your footwear and fashion needs, where we've got you and the family covered. Shoes, bags, jewelry, clothes, and even home appliances. John's has everything you need for work, church, play, or the party in your life. John's has Skechers, Steve Madden, New Balance, Nautica, Hey Do It, Patrick Ewing, and other trusted brands. A John's gift card is the perfect gift. So come on into John's and start your holidays off on the right foot. Merry Christmas, Bahamas!
From Kenny and the whole team at Kenny's Corner, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay tuned for more conversations that you love right here on Kenny's Corner.
And we're back. You are listening to Guardian Today, and I am your host, Darvin Russell, talking with Precious Morley, and we are having a very deep conversation today. Precious, before we took the break, was telling us about the book that she most recently authored that took her 10 years to make. And off air, she's encouraging me to make sure I write this book in 2026.
Yes, indeed. Yes, yes.
And before we took the break, I shared with her that really my book is going to revolve around the 5 greatest decisions we have to make, I believe, as individuals. So let me read some of these texts before Precious and I continue the conversation that we're having in studio. So this next text message, as the phone wants to die. Darvin, I like the thought of men uplifting men. I don't think we have enough of that in society. Too often, both male and female are encouraged to both male and female, is encouraged to uplift women and girls. That's very true. It does feel sometimes as though the men are neglected from that emotional support, for sure. Next text. We have numerous female empowerment seminars, women leadership conferences, and even young girl bosses symposiums. But when it comes to men, they take a meal to the prison and say, shape up. Shameful. Oh, that's so powerful, text.
Yes, indeed.
Next text. Add these to the culture list. Some of us not keeping our yard and environment clean, throwing bottles and garbage out of our car window. Now it's not disciplining our children in the way they should grow, so some of them go out and do crime. Finally, sweethearting. These things we must speak to our family and friends about going into 2026. As usual, Guardian today has the best listeners in Texas, so we certainly appreciate that. So what I was talking about, Precious and I were talking about, was a story that I was told recently about a fork in the road decision that a young man had to make. And I asked the person who was telling me the story, I wonder what questions he asked himself before deciding to go left or right in that fork. And herein is what I believe is the crux of the problem and challenges we have, especially with young boys and men in our society. They are facing these forks in the road.
Yes.
And they are choosing the wrong path because I believe they don't have their North Star. And by that I mean they don't have that father, older brother, uncle, grandfather, that senior, sober, wise male or males that constitute a village for them, that can guide them into the right questions to at least aid them in making a more informed decision. So if you look at your one of the 5 questions that we talked about, Precious,
right,
whether or not you should get married or who you marry, who do men go to for counsel when they start dating? Do you ask your daddy if he's in your life? Do you ask your uncle? What are these attributes that I should be looking for in a future wife? Do you see that in the young lady that I brought and introduced to the family?
Right.
And be open to their feedback. Because we get all sensitive when we in love, because we be stupid sometimes.
No. Yeah.
Mommy, y'all don't know her like
Right.
I know her.
That's
Like,
right.
Okay, so then Grammy conversation and gone in one ear and come out the next.
Exactly.
Daddy conversation and gone in one ear and come out the next. You see a pretty face, but nothing internal. Nothing to help uplift you.
Right.
Nothing to encourage you when things go difficult, go wrong. And so these are some of the things that I would like us to really spend some time with next year as individuals and as a collective society, really thinking about, are you comfortable with the direction that we are headed in as a nation, and what are you doing to get off the sidelines to make this better? What say you, Precious?
Oh boy, what I'm doing to make it better?
Yeah,
well,
what say you?
as I mentioned to you, I'm in the transition phase.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my transition, I intend to do more community building. And as you mentioned, your book project, I want to help people birth that thing that they are carrying. Because I recognize too, something like, as you mentioned, a lot of us, we need a hand to guide us. We need some form of mentorship, guidance along the way. And so that, for me, this upcoming year, I wanna do more. I wanna be more intentional of helping birth what it is that individual is carrying, because there are a lot of people who have vision, they have goals, and who wanna come off the sidelines, but they don't know how. And a lot of people deal with perfection. We have that's an issue like we talked about earlier. And so they look at, I have to be polished. I have to look a certain way. I have to be a certain way, or they're not going to receive me. And so I would like to help in that regard, to help people come to the forefront just the way you are and polish as you go, but just to get you started, because we have work to do.
I agree.
There's a lot of work to do. And alongside that, I don't know if you know that I'm a beekeeper as well.
Okay.
And so, God, he got me into the whole beekeeping thing. And so he set me up pretty well.
Okay.
Like he took me on I think it would have been last year sometime. He took me on my first bee removal job.
Oh, Lord. Precious.
I didn't run.
You didn't run. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I did not run. But it was very exciting and it was very intriguing to me. And after that first one, I was like, when we going to do it again? I was right. I was so excited. And I recognized something every time he and I would go do a bee removal. I would see the kids come out and they would say, "Oh, that is so cool. Can we watch?" And I would tell them, "You can watch, but from a distance. You want to practice safety." And so seeing that over time, I saw their interest for it. And I was like, okay, so this is something too that I want to bring on stream to really teach people. I'm not a pro at it just yet. I'm still learning. But that is something that I really want to establish. I think it would have been 2 days ago, God brought me some bees. And so I put them in the new box. But I went this morning to check on them, and they abandoned the hive. And so, you learn and you grow and you just have to keep on going. But the thing is getting started.
That is correct.
We must start somewhere. And so that's one of the things that I want to do. And from there, I think it's just going to keep going and keep growing.
Listening to your story, here's what I would say. I used to use this line when I would have some of my public speaking engagements, and I would say to people, everybody's an expert.
Right.
It just depends on your perspective.
Yes.
And I would say to a 3-year-old, their 7-year-old brother is a genius.
Yeah.
And he think he dumb as skunk. But to his little sister, he is a genius.
Yes,
And that's because intelligence,
right,
knowledge is very relative.
Yes.
So you might feel as though you're a novice beekeeper, but to somebody who has never been around bees, you're an expert.
Right.
So don't shy away from teaching just because you haven't achieved expert level knowledge, because there are a lot of people who don't know what you deem to be just a little bit about beekeeping.
Yes.
And you can use that across any sphere of your life. I think sometimes we shy away and we have this almost like this imposter syndrome.
Yes, yes.
Where we feel as though until we get to here, and I'm preaching to myself sometimes,
right,
we can't contribute in that area because people say, what does she know? Or what does he know?
Right.
Well, I know more than 30% of the people.
Right.
So let me talk to that 30% that doesn't know anything.
Exactly.
You talk to the other 70%. There's no need for you to bring me down because my mission is not to the 70. It's to the 30.
Right.
So when we recognize that our journey is individualistic, our purpose is designed for Precious.
Right.
God is expecting Precious to run her race. That's why comparison is so dangerous.
Oh, yes, indeed. That's
so
a
if
killer.
you're a tortoise comparing yourself to a rabbit,
oh, no,
you will forever be
yes.
deficient.
Yeah.
Because your job is one of endurance.
Yes.
It's not one of speed.
Yes.
And these are the things that we have to get in our heads. These are the things that make us covetous.
Right.
Right? So when I look at Precious, I see Precious only 30.
Right.
Why Precious is driving that particular car. She used to sit next to me in class. That child ain't got no sense.
Right.
I went to school. I did all of these wonderful things, and I still struggling. Well, that's because Precious followed her purpose.
Yes.
She found her purpose at 17. You still struggling at 35 with your big grown self.
Right.
You went and did a degree that ain't nobody tell you to do. Now you're in debt and you're frustrated on your job.
Right.
But when we get back, Precious and I will continue this conversation for the last segment. You are listening to Guardian Today with Darvin and Precious.
Girl, you see how Cora eye look funny, all black up yesterday?
But she say she bump into a wall when she's running after the churn them.
Yeah, but last Saturday, you see her arm was all black and blue, right?
What you saying? You think something wrong between her and Jack?
I ain't sure, but you know Jack is a jealous man. I hear him and Cora last Friday. I hear him say he hear Cora have eyes for Junior.
Now you know that ain't true. Cora is a good woman, does mind her business, take care of them churn, and go to church every Sunday. So what you think we should do?
I think we should report Jack, you know. Cora don't say nothing, but silence hides violence, and we don't want to line up in the cemetery.
Not me. I ain't getting in nobody business. Then Jack come after me and I land up next to Cora.
No, man, we could call a text Crime Stopper. And remember, we can even get some grocery money for our tip.
Remind me again, how does this work?
We can call them in Miami at 328-TIPS or 328-8477. Or when we in the island, call toll free at 300-TIPS or 300-8477. And if you don't have no minutes, use the Crack Crime Bahamas app and we could text them and the messages get on mix up before it leave your phone so nobody can know what you saying.
So what we waiting on then? Let's go earn some grocery money.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift of a fresh start with a personal loan at Fidelity. You could win refreshing prizes like a luxurious spa day, John Boat gift certificates, a cruise for two, and more. Make that move to a fresh start today. Call 356-7764. Promotion ends December 19th.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
And we're back. We are in the last segment of Guardian Today, and you are listening to your host today, Darvin Russell, and I am here with the fantabulous Precious. So, Precious, let's read this text from your sister.
All right.
So, Akira writes today, and Akira says, wonderful show, guys. I would like to give you, Darvin, your flowers while you all are live on air. You were my motivator when I had to co-host my first show.
Aww.
Thank you for those encouraging words, Darvin. Thank you, Garth, Guardian Radio, and team for giving Precious and I the opportunity to use this platform to uplift, encourage, and speak life into our community. I'll be listening as I continue wiping up moist banana bread. Whipping up moist banana bread for this holiday season. See you all soon. Continue to do well. Such a sweet text. Thank you so much for those kind words, Akira. You are most welcome. Look, that is what we have to endeavor to do as fellow citizens of this nation, fellow Christians. I think we have a responsibility almost, Precious.
Yes, we do.
To be kinder, gentler to those around us. Because you said something earlier, and it's worth repeating. And it's around this notion that, you have to be, why can't you be the example that you complain about that you never had?
Definitely.
So if you didn't have a mentor at 16 and you made it, go and mentor the 16-year-old version of you in another person's body that needs you with your 40-year-old self to talk sense to them.
Yep.
Because we were just joking off air and we were saying some of the mistakes that we made as youth and survived, the kids of today aren't surviving.
No.
Because life has become more unforgiving for them. You can't make a mistake because what happens now? Social media amplifies it.
Oh, yes.
Everybody knows about the wrong that you did. You're now able to bully somebody. Check this out now. We have kids growing up. They are being bullied from millions of miles away from somebody that doesn't even know them.
Yes.
Never met them. They're having trauma, anxiety, and stress from an unknown human to them. So the world in which we live in today has fundamentally changed. So the mental acuity that we have to equip our children with is just next level. And, this Christmas is going to be weird for me because my Precious, a.k.a. Sanaya, my one and only daughter, is not coming home this Christmas.
Oh, no.
So she has to fulfill an academic obligation, and I miss her terribly. Okay. So Christmas will be interesting this year, to say the least. And she prevented her mother and I from coming up to be with her. She's like, she'll be fine. Yes, she'll be sad. And it made me think, she's getting older, she's growing up. But it also made me realize at the same time that we did okay raising her.
Yes.
Like when I look at her and see what she's done, She's wise, she's intelligent, she is respectful, she is kind, she's generous. And I believe that that has at least a little to do with her parents. And so the person that I am today is in no small feat because of what Audrey and Milton did and what I observed in Dolan and Daniil and Doree and Damon and Donette and Christopher, all of my wonderful siblings, and the numerous friends and associates that I have garnered over the years. So we are not an island amongst ourselves.
Oh, yes.
And because we are a beautiful gumbo of all of these different influences, I realize that the more influences that we have that are positive, it almost guarantees such a great result. So what we have to do, Precious, in 2026, and our listeners out there and those of like-minded individuals, is add more to the positivity side of the scale.
That's for sure.
We have to correct this imbalance. And we don't do that only by praying. We do that by doing the do in 2026. So, Precious, give the folks some last words as we wrap up this segment. Our last segment, or my last segment, before we break for the holidays and wait for the new year and Junkanoo.
All right, folks. Just a word of encouragement. I just want to say again, season greetings to you all. Man, don't. I know you love to eat the food, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. But put those goals, those dreams, those aspirations, not just on paper, but execute those dreams in the upcoming new year. Not new me, new this, no man. Let's be intentional in 2026. Let's do more, be more active, community building. So let's move more into the positivity. So much love to you all. I love being in your company today. Thanks, Guardian. Thank you, Darwin. And we are out of here.
It is my pleasure. So compliments of the season. Happy New Year to you all and a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful, prosperous, blessed, encouraging, and fun-filled holiday season. We'll hopefully be back with you in the new year, and we expect greater in 2026. Wally will take us out for the next few minutes with some wonderful Christmas music as we depart. And for me, 2025 on the radio, I will see you all in 2026. Have a fantastic holiday, everybody. Be blessed.
Let the kiddies have the toys, the grown-ups make the noise, give the neighbors all the presents under the tree. Give the snow and mistletoe to the ones who love them so. But you'll be quite enough for me. When old Santa rides his sleigh, he can please me right away with a present that forever will be